Hi there, my name is Alex Ayers, and I'm here at Camille Park in Post Falls, Idaho. Right behind me is a native plant restoration project. Now, this project is completely closed off from foot traffic, and as I'm sure you all noticed on your way in, all of the trails in this area are diverted around these projects to keep them in as natural of a state as possible. Now, we keep them in as natural of a state as possible because when they're in that state, they offer us a host of great benefits, not only for the local ecosystem that we're all standing in right now, but also for the regional environment of the entire Northwest. Not to mention, projects like these just give visitors like us a beautiful backdrop when visiting these places. Now, the first thing that projects like these are going to do to help their local ecosystems is reduce soil erosion, which does a couple of great things. Number one, it increases the strength of all of the soils in this area, which not only creates stronger soils and stronger paths, but also means that all the ground in this area is less susceptible to damage from extreme weather, which is great in an area like this, not only because we are known for inclement weather, but also because, as you can see behind me, there's about a 100-foot cliff. So we want to use projects like these to ensure that all of our grounds and all of our trails are not only as stable as possible, but are also as protected as possible from damage from inclement weather to protect the safety of all of our guests. Another great benefit of reducing soil erosion is that it just creates healthier soil. So when projects like these can do without human intervention and have no contact with humans, they can go on and we can let all of these projects and these plants thrive and spread throughout the ecosystem, making the entire ecosystem more ecologically sound. Another great benefit these projects have for these local ecosystems is that they reduce stormwater runoff, which in turn increases water quality. Now there's two samples of water I'll show you here. So this sample on your right here is a direct stormwater sample. It rained here a few days ago and we got this out of a puddle about 100 yards up the trail. This sample came downhill from here, right near the river that you all walked by on your way up here. Now this sample, as you can see, is quite a bit cleaner than this sample. And that's because it got the chance to pass through this vegetation project. Now this one from up here, the direct stormwater, is very dark, still has quite a bit of sediment in it. Nobody wants that. Nobody thinks that looks healthy. This one, on the other hand, had a chance to pass through this vegetation project. It's quite a bit more clear. It still has a little bit of sediment in there. It's not quite what's going to be coming out of your faucet at home, hopefully, but it's quite a bit closer. So that means that we can have this in our river and have a much healthier river as opposed to this. And that's a great example of how vegetation projects like this can help to improve water quality from stormwater into more fresh water. The final way that projects like this benefit their local ecosystems is by providing many animals a source of shelter and food. Many animals that are commonly found in this area, such as deer and rabbits, will feed on the small grasses and berries inside of the project areas. Additionally, many birds, such as grasshopper sparrows, will actually build their nests inside the project areas on the ground. And that's one of the big reasons that we encourage people to stay out of these areas and go through so much effort to ensure that no one disturbs these areas, is because not only will you maybe be destroying some native vegetation, but you could also possibly be destroying some habitat, or God forbid, even stepping on one of those small birds laying in its nest. So that's one of the big reasons we try to protect these areas so much. Now moving on to the regional benefits that projects like these can have, the first thing is that, as many of us know, plants can actually help to improve air quality. So with thousands of projects like this all across the Northwest, we're doing a tremendous amount to improve air quality and take pollutants out of the air, helping us all to breathe a little easier. Another benefit that projects like these can have on the regional scale is restoring biodiversity by letting these plants thrive, as we discussed before. So let's take a look at some of the plants that we actually have here in this project. This purple plant here is known as Flet's fleabone. It's identifiable by its yellow center, and it will typically grow to be about 8 inches tall. This is the alpine golden buckwheat. It can bloom in yellow, pink, or red, and it will typically grow to be about 10 inches tall. Finally, this tall grass is called Idaho fescue. It is fairly brown at the moment, but as we continue into the spring months, it will become continuously more green. The last way that projects like these can help on a regional level, and this is a really big one, is they can actually help to reduce climate change. Plants like these go through dozens of life cycles every day to do things such as simply keeping themselves alive or maybe making food for themselves. But as a part of these processes, plants take in carbon dioxide and expel water vapor. Both of these functions serve to lower the global temperature. So by leaving these areas undisturbed, you can do a part in reducing global climate change, which is pretty incredible. So as I'm sure you can see by now, these projects, these protected areas, not only serve a host of natural benefits to the world around us, but they also contribute to the vast, wide open, beautiful scenery that this part of the world is known for. So please join me in doing your part to keep these protected areas undisturbed by staying on trails, observing posted signs such as I have to my left, and never disturbing any protected areas. We are all lucky enough to live in a time and a place where we are able to observe all of these beautiful things and all of these beautiful projects. Let's do our part to ensure that our children and our grandchildren have those same opportunities. Thanks so much, have a great day, and stay on the trails on your way out.